Well, it depends according to which research you go. There will be some research that would show you that opposites attract and they go together. And some will show that opposites can actually help the detach in the relationship and separate you. Now, the truth is, there will always be opposites, okay? That's a fact. Two different human beings, there'll be opposites. You're your unique self and they are their unique self. Now, you for sure also want to have some common things together. And also with people that you have the opposite, realize that there's something really important to understand. And doesn't matter if you're total opposites or you have some things that are opposites and some things that are similar. You have two options. Option number one is that these opposites will connect, a togetherness and make your relationship stronger, or this opposites will create separation in the relationship. Now, how does it work? Realize that I said you have the choice, because many times in relationships we'll say, okay, well, she or he did whatever it is and we want the exact opposite thing, and that's why therefore it's their fault. Again, we're fine, we're good, and they need to change. That's a big mistake. If you want the part of you that is opposite of them to become an attraction, you need to understand that, yes, by the way, I'm not talking about attraction in the beginning, the first few months. I'm talking along the whole relationship. If you want that opposite to be an attraction, you need to do the work. Now, yes, for sure, you probably also want your partner to do the work, and it would be best if both of you do. But what you need to understand is that when you do the work, so you could see that opposite is an attraction. Now, if you don't do the work, you might see it as an attraction for some time, but with time it could really bother you. And when you do the work, we'll talk about the work in a second, what it is that you could do in order to create that attraction from the opposites. You'll see that yes, there'll be challenges along the way, because you might have a lot of opposites in your relationship, and those challenges could become a base for a really strong foundation in your relationship. So what is that work? Okay, first let's start from the understanding that relationship is work. Okay, now some people hear the word work and they're like, work? Wait, we just want to be like high in the stars and wow, amazing relationship, so fun, amazing, great, nice. And relationship is work. Okay, you'll have those times, hopefully. If not, that could be a challenge. And relationship, in order to make it something that is worthwhile, a strong relationship that is stable and has growth in it, you need to put the work. Why? Because anything worthwhile in life has work behind it. Okay, if you just get something with no work, you won't appreciate it. Same thing with the relationship. Okay, when we put inside the work, there'll be hard times, and through the work, those hard times will create a foundation that is based on really strong work ethic that would create a better relationship. Now, what's the work over here with opposites that attract? So the work, a lot of it has to do with two things. Number one, understanding that perception of how you look at things can have a tremendous influence on how your relationship goes. So one is your perception, basically how you're going to look at this opposite. Number two, understanding that this may be a huge opportunity for your self-growth and your self-development. Okay, yes, you and each one of us, because a relationship is the best school for self-growth, much more than any course you'll take. So by that opposite, that could give you an opportunity to do some work on yourself, nothing to do with a relationship. Now, when you do work on yourself and you're in a better place, so you'll say, wait, 1 second. We're talking about relationships and you're saying now working on myself, like that I'm the main thing in the picture. The answer is yes, because when you work on yourself and you tap into your inner beauty and your inner treasure, so automatically it has an influence on your relationship. Okay, so let's make it simple. If you work on yourself and you charge your inner battery, okay, and you're on 90%, and then you go and you meet your partner. When you meet your partner, when you're on 90% inner battery, I'm sure that your interaction will be much, much better. Rather, if you come and you're like dreaded out and you're tired and you had enough and you never really work on yourself, only on the relationship, but you forget yourself, and that's a huge problem. And then you meet your partner when you're at 20% battery. I'm sure that it won't be funny like I just laughed. Actually, it might create a lot of tension. So what I want you to understand is that when you work on yourself and you get that opportunity to work on yourself through the relationship, and that opportunity could also be painful because the relationship will reflect for you things that you will say, wait, I don't want to work on this, or that your opposites in the relationship will reflect things that might also be painful. But when you do that work, man, the reward is much more than any investment that you make in any stock or any real estate or any startup or any AI. Okay, the return is much higher. So if we'll go back to the first thing, it has to do, like I said, with changing the way you look at things. There's a saying, I think it's Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, what you look at changes. So when I spoke to a friend, just a few months ago, he was also in a relationship, and there were a lot of opposites in the relationship. Like, he told me, listen, we're like, starting from the little things. I like to sleep early and she likes to sleep late. I like mornings and she likes to wake up late. I like the house, to be pretty neat, and she's like kind of a mess. And all of those things came to a place that he told me, yes, there is a lot of things that also have to do together, but also a lot of things that not. So for example, she really likes hiking, he doesn't. So all these things started coming up, and then I told him, I understand. Well, before we talk about the opposites, is there anything that you have in common? And then he started giving me a list of things that they have in common. So my point was, when we spoke, pretty simple. I told him first, realize that you also said that you have a lot of things in common. And I want to add, I told him that all of these things that you think that they're not in common, they're not in common, but they could be much more valuable than all the things that you have in common. And he was like, what? Like, he didn't understand what I was saying, because it makes no sense. Like, the common things, they'll help the relationship, and by the way, for sure they will, if you put the attention there. And he didn't understand how the opposites between them will help the relationship. So I told him, look at it as an opportunity to maybe, work on those things that you don't connect to, or the things that, you need to come towards a person you appreciate, so then she appreciates you more, okay? Because you're opposite in something, and then you come towards her, or you come towards him. And that act of, going out of your comfort zone and being there for your partner gives them appreciation for you. So that sheds light on the relationship. And in addition to that, also the fact that you have something that is opposite to you. So sometimes it takes you back, to the middle. Because many times in life we have something that we really value, whether, it could be many different things, okay? And when someone comes in there from the opposite place, so actually it could give us another perspective of, a different way to look at that thing, okay? Whether it could be money relationship, could be things that have to do, people who like to work on their body and soul, sports, so someone else can take us like from here, and again, they're not coming to change us, but take us to the middle, or we could still stay wherever we are, but they'll give us another perspective. So to make it simple, the opposites that you have in your relationship, number one, can help you shed more light on the relationship, because the act of you going out of your comfort zone will bring appreciation from them to you, and then you'll light it back to them. And number two, it would give you another way to view life, okay? Because you see life in a certain lens, and someone that has an opposite view from you in different things will help you see life in another lens that could actually serve you, and you have more variety in life. And like I said, number two, and I guess that's the most important, because if you don't do the work on yourself, nothing really matters. It's an opportunity to work on yourself. So if you're now in a relationship, or you're thinking about a relationship, or you're deep inside, try to look at the opposites in a different way, okay? How can these opposites serve you? How can you serve the opposites in your relationship? And then look at that and ask yourself, where do I have over here opportunity for growth? Where can I work on myself and the relationship? Where does these opposites reflect points for me to work on. So when I work on myself and I charge my inner battery, I come to the relationship with much more energy, much more light that will bring to the relationship. And usually when I'll do that, that would also reflect on to my partner. Now realize that the work has to do with what I do. Okay, I'm not pointing my finger out to my partner. Would I want my partner to understand that relationship needs to have work in it? Yeah, for sure. I don't want my partner to think that you just land and everything happens the first day you meet and since then everything's cool, we're good. It doesn't work like that. There's work to put in the relationship always. That's a relationship. And like I said in the beginning, anything worthwhile in life has work in it. So put the work in the relationship, have that understanding, of the core values that have to be worked on, and see these opposites as opportunities for both of you for growth, first for yourself, and then from there to the relationship. And when you do that, you'll see that you could have a much, much better relationship. If you want more tips about relationships, I'll leave a video below. Have a beautiful day, and we'll be in touch. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.